Hello, friends, and welcome to another class by Daily English Classroom. In today's class, we are going to continue the drama that we were dealing with in the last class. It is Listen to the Mountain, which is a drama or play written by Kaveri Nambishan. And we have seen the first two scenes of the play, scene 1 and scene 2, in the previous class. And in today's class, we'll be dealing with the rest of the play. Okay, shall we start? And this is a live session. And so, if you have any doubts, you can just type and message to me so that I can give you answers to your doubts. Okay, let us start the class. And before we actually start the class, you are free to ask your doubts. Yes, hi to everyone. Before we start the class, let's have a quick view of what we have studied so far from this lesson. So the story takes place in a village called Dharmagiri, and we have 8 or 9 main characters in the play. And the most important one is, of course, the grandmother and her grandson Narayan. And we have seen in the first scene the grandmother coming in front of the curtain and talking to the audience. She talks like this: I was born and brought up in this village, and this is a beautiful place. The beautiful hills and mountains and beautiful river, everything is perfect here. I really love this place. I was born and brought up here. And she had seen 3 generations in front of her, and she is about 90 years of age. And she is now addressing to the audience, talking to the audience like this: I'm going to tell you a shocking incident that happened, and do you want to hear it? And then she pauses and tells the audience that I think it is better to show it here rather than just telling you what is that shocking news. And she starts she invites the audience to watch the play. Then we have seen Mr. Narayan and Sagar. Mr. Narayan is a school headmaster and also the grandson of this grandmother. And we have a character called Sagar, who is a building contractor who came to this village called Dharmagiri with lots of plans. And you also got an idea about the plan of Mr. Sagar. Mr. Sagar wants to build a 5-star hotel in Dharmagiri because he wants to make use of the beautiful sceneries and the fresh water here, and to attract the tourists into this place. So that was the idea of Mr. Sagar, and the man behind all these things is Mr. Dikshit, who is a multi-millionaire and who sent Mr. Sagar to Dharmagiri and to start the building of a 5-star hotel. And we have seen Mr. Narayan inviting him to a hotel to have a cup of tea. And in the conversation between them, we understand the actual plan of Mr. Sagar, that is to bring so many workers into this village and start the work of the 5-star hotel. I think that's where we have stopped in the last class, and today we will continue with the next scene. So I want everybody to take your textbook, and in page number 85, okay, go to page number 85. There is scene number 3. Scene 3, and let us read. Scene 3. Curtain rises. Ramana's tea shop. Narayan, Ramana, Shastri, Rudrapa, and Kannan are talking excitedly. So the setting of the scene number 3 is again Ramana's tea shop, and we can see the three villagers, Shastri, Rudrapa, and Kannan, also there in the tea shop having their tea. And there is a discussion between among these people who have assembled there in the tea shop. And Narayan says, Friends, friends, we must discuss this calmly. Let us hear what each one has to say. Ramana, you speak first. So, Mr. Narayan, he gave a suggestion that let us discuss about this issue because we are going to face a very serious issue because someone is coming to our village to start making a five-star hotel, and that is really going to destroy our village. So let's have a discussion about this. And he told Mr. Ramana, the owner of the tea shop, to talk about his view of this particular incident. Then Narayan says that Ramana says, it is a foolish idea. Why do we need a five-star hotel in this village? Is my hotel not good enough? Ramana's tea, Ramana's coffee, Ramana's dosha, vada, and idli is not good enough, is it? So Ramana has the opinion that there is no need for any tea shop here. There is no need for any five-star hotel in Dharmagiri because there is his tea shop. There is the humor here is that Ramana is very proud of his tea shop, and he says that there is no need for any hotel in Dharmagiri because his tea shop is the best tea shop, a best hotel, and there is no need for any other type of hotel. So he says that my hotel, that is my tea shop, is very famous. So many people are coming here, and they are enjoying my special tea, idli, vada, etc. All these things are very famous. Ramana's idli, vada, dosha, all these things are very famous, and people love to have this food from his tea shop. Then he asks a question, what is the need of another hotel in Dharmagiri? This is the opinion of Ramana, the tea shop owner. Then Shastri, another villager, okay, Rida, welcome to this live class. And then he says Shastri. Shastri is another man, another villager, and Shastri says, cool down, Ramana. Your doshas and idlis are unbeatable. Your coffee and tea are famous in this village and beyond. I certainly don't think we need a fancy multi-storied hotel to compete with your tea shop. So Shastri is telling Ramana to cool down because everybody knows about Ramana's tea shop, and Ramana's tea shop is the best tea shop in this village, and its fame has reached beyond this village. In the neighboring villages also, Ramana's tea shop is very famous. His idli, vada, all these things are very famous. So there is actually no need for any five-star hotel here. Ramana looks around, and he is proud and happy. Then we can see another character called Kannan. Kannan has got a different opinion. While all the others agree the fact that there is no need for any five-star hotel in Dharmagiri, there is one character called Kannan has got a different opinion. Okay, Devananda. Kannan has got a different opinion. And what is the opinion of Kannan? Kannan says that a five-star hotel, if it is built here in our village, is something good. It will help. Okay, Kannan is the name of a villager. a person living in Dharmagiri, and he has got a different idea, different concept about this plan of building a five-star hotel. Kannan says that this tea shop is fine for me, but if someone wants to build a grand hotel, I don't see any harm. It will bring tourists. Tourists mean money, and who does not need money? So Kannan, he says that if I'm happy with Ramana's tea shop, if someone is planning to make a five-star hotel, it is good for our village, because if it becomes a tourist place, then so many people will come to our village to see the beauty of our village, and that means we will get money and our business will be good. So Kannan actually supports the idea of building a five-star hotel in Dharmagiri. So tourists mean money, and who does not need money? Then Shastri corrects him and says, Kannan, you are wrong. Harm means danger. Shastri says that there is no harm in beginning of a five-star hotel in Dharmagiri. There is no problem, no danger in that. That is the view of Kannan. But Shastri has got a different opinion, and he corrects Kannan. He opposes the idea of Kannan and tells, Kannan, you are wrong. A multi-storied hotel can never come upon Dharmagiri. It is not possible to build such a five-star hotel in Dharmagiri. It's a foolish idea. And Shastri has got some ideas about it. He is the man who knows about this Dharmagiri, about this place very well. And so Narayan asks a question, what do you mean, never? What do you mean, never? Mr. Sagar told me that lorries and trucks would start arriving tomorrow. The foundation will be laid soon. So Ramana got the information that Mr. Sagar is starting the work the next day. So many lorries and trucks are arranged, and 500 working men will come and start the work the next day, very soon. And Shastri has got an idea about this place, and he tells that it is dangerous to build a five-star hotel in Dharmagiri. And this is the reason that he tells. My grandfather told me when we were going up Dharmagiri to the temple once, when the temple was built 300 years ago, they realized that the earth there could not hold a structure taller than 30 feet. It would be dangerous to dig too deep for foundation. So Shastri remembers something. So some years ago, Shastri and his grandfather, they went to visit a temple which was there on top of the hills, and at that time his grandfather told him that Dharmagiri is a special place, and it is very dangerous to make any other buildings here in Dharmagiri, because this place, the earth under cannot hold a very tall type of building. So it will create a landslide and danger to the people. This is the idea Mr. Shastri has got from his grandfather when he and his grandfather visited a temple on top of the hills in Dharmagiri. So Shastri has this idea in his mind, and therefore he opposes to this idea of building a five-star hotel in Dharmagiri, because it is very dangerous, and it will create a landslide. There are chances for a landslide, so that will be disastrous to think about building such a five-star hotel. In page number 86, Narayan, that is all the more reason why a hotel cannot be built there. Come on, let's talk to Mr. Sagar, because it is too late. So Narayan accepted this view of Shastri and told him that, okay, let us go and talk to Mr. Sagar about this danger and the problems that we are going to face if they are making a five-star hotel in Dharmagiri. Okay, that is scene number 3. With that, the curtain falls. And if you have any doubts from this scene number 3, you can ask now, and you can just type your doubts, and I will give you the answers for your questions. Okay, scene number 3 is set in a tea shop, and we have the characters Narayan, Ramana, and the 3 villagers Kannan, Shastri, and Rudrapa, and they were talking about Mr. Sagar's plan of building a 5-star hotel in Dharmagiri, and everyone expressed their views. And they said that it is not possible, it is dangerous to build such a 5-star hotel in Dharmagiri. Only one person supported it, and that is Mr. Kannan. Okay, so that is scene number 3. Is that clear to you? Yes, in page number 86, scene number 3. We have just completed scene number 3. If you have any doubt, or if you need any explanation, you can just type it, and I will give you answer to your questions. If that's clear, we will go to the next scene. We have 2 more scenes, scene number 4 and scene number 5. And scene number 4 is again just like the first scene, is acted in front of the curtain, and grandmother and Narayan is talking about the problems that they are going to face if they build a 5-star hotel in Dharmagiri. I think that's clear to you. Is that clear? Okay. Did you understand this scene number 3? Okay. Yes, that's clear. Okay, now let's go to scene number 4. Okay, scene number 4. Okay, scene number 4, I told you, is acted in front of the curtain, just like the first scene. And we have the character grandmother. And grandmother is talking to her grandson, Mr. Narayan, who is also the headmaster of a school in Dharmagiri. Grandmother hobbles onto the stage with Narayan and stands in front of the curtain. Grandmother, tell me what happened. Narayan, the villagers don't want the hotel. We went to Mr. Sagar and explained that not only would our village be ruined, but the mountain itself was in danger. They cannot dig a deep foundation on it. Grandmother, what did Sagar say? Narayan, he was annoyed. Do you village bumpkins know more than engineers and architects from the big cities? He asked. Pauses, then sadly, they are starting the work tomorrow. So dig means to make a hole in the ground and to make the foundation. When you are building something, first you need to make the foundation, and then you will start the work on the foundation. So here the conversation between the grandmother and the Narayan, we understand that they told about all these things to Mr. Sagar, and Sagar, he was very angry hearing this protest from the villagers. He said that you are all foolish people. You villagers are very foolish people. You have no idea about this. This is a good thing. The building of a 5-star hotel is good for Dharmagiri, and it is done by the engineers and the people who have learned about all these things. Then why you are saying it is dangerous? This is the view of Sagar. When Sagar told like this, and Narayan shared that this information with the grandmother, and Narayan was very sad because there is no change in the plan of Mr. Sagar, and they are starting the work the next day. Grandmother, very sadly, where will they go? The rabbits the deer and the partridge, who will listen to their plight? Who will listen to our river, our clean, beautiful, sweet watered river that will not turn foul with filth? And who will listen to the sorrow of Dharmagiri when it is massacred by roads and burdened with buildings? The noise, the pollution. Oh, you think I am crazy because I care for these things, because I can hear their voices. Don't believe me if you don't want to, but I know the mountains, the rivers, the trees and the animals, they all speak, just like you and me. If only we listen to them. But the world now is so full of noise. How can anyone hear the softly gurgling stream, or the breeze as it rustles through the leaves, or the flutter of a bird's wings? We get an idea about what type of a person is the grandmother. Grandmother is a person who loves all the people in the village and also the birds and animals in that village. And she is worried about the future of these birds and animals in the village, because if they are digging a foundation, creating a foundation and building a five-star hotel, that means it will not be good for the birds and animals in the village, and also this type of work will really affect the purity of the water in the stream. Now it is very pure, and within few days, with the coming of so many workers and the building, the contractor and other workers, this water will be polluted, it will lose its purity. So this was the attitude of the mother, the grandmother. And she also tells that she is feeling very sad, thinking about the birds and animals in the village. Where will they go? What will they do if you started doing like this? So she was very much anxious about the plight or the future of these birds and animals in this Dharmagiri, and she feels that she can hear these birds, animals, the river, the mountains, everything talking to her about the coming danger for this village. Narayan, now Aji, don't get upset. Aji is a word that means grandmother. So, my dear grandmother, don't feel sad. Grandmother, she started crying. She is wiping her tears and she says, I know, what has the hotel got to do with me? She turns to her grandson. You know something? This has more to do with the children of our village than anyone else. Tomorrow's world is their world. You are the school headmaster. You must talk to the children, find out what they feel about it. Don't put ideas into their heads. Just tell them everything and let them think of themselves. So the grandmother tells Ramnara, you are the headmaster of the school. You talk to the children in your school, because this place, what you are going to do, that your plan of Mr. Dikshit and his team to create a five-star hotel in Dharmagiri is going to affect the children, because they are the future generations and they are going to face so many problems because of this business minded people. So it is their world, and you are going to destroy all the things in our village, which is to be reserved for the future generations. So who is going to really suffer if you are doing this? It is the children who are the future generation. So Aji, or the grandmother, she talks about this to Narayan and tells him to go and talk about it and to see what is the opinion of the children in your school. So she tells Narayan to ask the children about this plan of making a five-star hotel in Dharmagiri. And they go off stage through left and re-enter from right. Grandmother, what did the children have to say? Then after some time, Narayan comes back and again he talks with the grandmother, his grandmother, and grandmother asked what was the opinion of the children. Then Narayan said that they don't want a hotel on Dharmagiri if it will ruin our countryside. The children have only one opinion, that they are against anything that destroy the beauty of their village. That is the opinion of the children. They are innocent and they think that they think just like not like the business minded people. The business minded people, their plan was to make money and nothing else. They are not worried about losing the beauty of the place or destroying the purity, etc. So now in page number 87, the children, they don't want a five-star hotel on Dharmagiri if it will ruin our countryside. Then grandmother, I thought so. Children are wise. So the words of the grandmother, remember these words, children are wise, more wise than the grown-up people, because grown-up people, they think about only making money. Their only intention is to make some money, but children are not like that. They are innocent and they are more wise than the grown-ups. This is the opinion of the grandmother. Children are wise, it is still not too late. We must take a stand, or else big people with small hearts will swallow this beautiful village of ours. Swallow means to eat. These people are going to eat our village, to destroy our village. So do something, Narayan. You do something to help to protect this beautiful place, Dharmagiri. If they build a five-star hotel here, then this place will lose all its purity and beauty, and our children will suffer in the future. So the grandmother wants Narayan to have a stand in this issue and talk to Mr. Dikshit about this their protest. So Narayan, Mr. Dikshit is arriving tomorrow. They will start laying the foundation. We will stage a peaceful protest and submit a petition. So the plan of Narayan is to meet Mr. Dikshit, who is the multi-millionaire who is planning to make a five-star hotel in Dharmagiri. So many reasons are there. Firstly, if they make a five-star hotel, the purity of the place will be lost. The river will be polluted, and the place will lose all its beauty. So they have to do something. And secondly, Mr. Shastri has said when they were there in the tea shop that it is dangerous to build a five-star hotel in Dharmagiri, because this place is such a place that if you make such a large building here, it will lead to landslide. So it is dangerous. So Mr. Dikshit is arriving tomorrow. They will start laying the foundation. We will stage a peaceful protest and submit a petition. So the plan of Mr. Narayan is to meet Mr. Dikshit and to give a petition that to give up or to abandon, stop the work, and to not to make a five-star hotel in Dharmagiri. So they are going to meet Mr. Dikshit and talk about this problem very peacefully with the children and other people in the village. So that was the plan of Mr. Narayan. And grandmother, good luck, son, good luck. They move off stage. So with that, we end scene number 4. And if you have any doubts from scene number 4, you can ask now. Any doubt from scene number 4? Scene number 4, just like the first scene, is acted in front of the curtain, and two characters are there, the grandmother and Narayan. They are talking about what actually happening in their village, and grandmother is very much worried about the beauty of the village which will be destroyed if there is a five-star hotel, and she is so worried about the birds, animals, and other creatures in that village. And she advises Mr. Narayan to talk about this to the people or the students in the school, and to start a stern decision, to take a stern decision, a strong decision, and to fight against this attempt of the multimillionaire Mr. Dikshit to build a five-star hotel in Dharmagiri. Okay, that's all from scene number 4, and we have one more scene, the last scene. So if you have any doubts from any of these sections, you can just type your questions, and I will be giving answer or reply to your questions. Okay, thank you very much for listening to this class, and if you want me to explain it any part of the lesson, you can just request here, and I will give you the answer. Okay, is that clear to you? Scene number 4. It's clear. Okay, very good. Okay, it's clear. Okay, now we will go to the last part of the play, the final scene. And in the final scene, we are going to witness a tragedy, a disaster of landslide. What's a landslide? What's the meaning of landslide? We have witnessed a landslide recently. Yes, landslide. What is the meaning? Urul Okay, so it's a landslide we are going to face, because this place is such a place, and when the people, they try to build a foundation for a five-star hotel, it will create a great calamity. And let us see what happened in scene number 5, the last scene of the play. Scene number 5, curtain rises. Backdrop of mountains, a stream and trees. Dikshit is seated on a chair on one side of the stage. Saga is on the other side. Sound of lorries, drilling and hammering can be heard. A procession of children and adults enter from the opposite side. The children in front row display a banner, "Listen to the mountain." They present a petition to Dikshit. So this is the last scene, and we have the character Mr. Dikshit, the multi-millionaire, and Saga, the building contractor, sitting on two sides of the stage. Then a procession, a group of children coming there and gives a petition or a complaint to Mr. Dikshit. The children are holding a banner, and what was written there on the banner? Listen to the mountain. Listen to the mountain was written, which is the name of our drama, our play. Listen to the mountain. So they have a placard or a banner that they are holding, and it was written on that banner, "Listen to the mountain." Then they give this complaint to Mr. Dikshit, and Mr. Dikshit reading it. And then, "What is this nonsense? Listen to the mountain. Here we are, all set to build the biggest hotel in the state, one of the best in the country, and you people talk of mountains and rivers, rabbits and birds. Please, please, if you cannot understand the need for big business, don't interfere. Let us get on with it. Okay, come on. Come on, men. On with drilling. Let us get a move on." So Mr. Dikshit did not like this idea, because he has got good plans to make money by building a five-star hotel in Dharmagiri. And the children now presented to him a petition, a request to not to make such a five-star hotel there in the village. So he was very angry, and he said that you are all foolish people. Why you are thinking like this? Who is thinking about the birds and animals? It is a good plan, and we are going to make the best five-star hotel in the country. So why you are interfering? You are all foolish people to think like that. So you continue the work, and he gave orders to the workmen to continue their work. Keep working, Sagar. Suddenly, there is a terrific rumble and roar like rocks falling. It lasts for 30 seconds. Tremendous noise of horns blaring, voices screaming and shrieking. So, suddenly, there was a loud sound of something falling down from the hills. And the sound of people crying, running here and there, all this thing happens in within 30 seconds. And what actually happened? Everyone was shouting, landslide, landslide, and running for their lives. And Dikshit and Sagar look around in panic. They stagger about, they run off stage. And Mr. Dikshit and Sagar, hearing the sound of the landslide, they ran away from there to save their lives. Then Narayan, let us get help. We must help the injured. Hurry, hurry. The injured are carried away on makeshift stretchers by children. Some hobble and limp. Slowly, the commotion dies and noise fades. So, many people came there to help the people, and many of them fell under these mountains, and there was a landslide. And people were running here and there for their lives, and they are making makeshift stretchers, some temporary stretches, and carrying out the injured people to different places. And everyone was very sad. And grandmother then says, in a sad, slow voice to the audience, finally, the mountain spoke loud enough for everyone to hear. At last, it happened. The grandmother was listening to the mountain. She could hear the sound of the mountain. Now the mountain has spoken in a way that everybody can hear, and many people died in this landslide. And even some children who were there, they were also killed in that landslide. So it was a great tragedy. Many people lost their houses, many of them died in this landslide, and the grandmother is feeling very sad, and she is crying and talking to the people. For our village, it was a tragedy. 10 houses buried beneath the landslide. 10 houses were completely destroyed in this landslide. Then 11 people killed, 11 people died in this landslide. And in that 11, 2 were small children who came there to give petition to Mr. Dikshit. And she wipes her eyes and she is crying. And I knew it all along. Nature always speaks if we care to listen. So I told you, I gave you, in advance I told you that I could hear the sound of the mountains. I could hear the sound, what the birds and animals are talking to. If you are ready to listen to them, now you can hear what this mountain has to tell you. So it is a tragedy that killed the life of 11 people, and the people like Mr. Dikshit and Sagar, and the grandmother calls them big people with small heart. And they are business minded people. They have only one plan, that is to make money, and they don't care about nature. They don't care about birds and animals. They don't care about other people losing their houses. And these people have a small heart, whereas there is a comparison. These people like Mr. Dikshit and Mr. Sagar are people, big people with small heart. They have a small heart. They are narrow minded, whereas children are small people with big heart. And the children really love this place, and they want to preserve the nature, and in doing it, 2 of the children, they died. So it all ended up in a tragedy. So you have to listen to the nature before it gets worse. it before it talks to everyone loudly, like natural calamities like earthquake and landslide and other things taking the life of so many people. So you have to listen to the mountain, listen to the nature, and live in harmony with nature. Think about the birds and animals. They also have the right to live in this world. But the money minded people, the human beings, they think that it is only for them, and they want to change, take everything in nature. Because of their greed, they takes everything in nature to make money, and that resulted this great tragedy. So that's the play. We have completed all the 5 scenes of the play. Now it's time for asking questions. If you have any doubts from any of these scenes, or if you want me to explain any part of this play, you can just type it, and I can read it from here, and I will give you answers to your questions. Okay, Shamira 1983, she was feeling very sad because of the tragedy happened. Many people lost their life. 11 people died in this natural calamity, in this landslide, including some 2 innocent children. So if you are feeling just like the grandmother, then this play is a successful one, because you also have that feeling of the grandmother. You also love nature, and you will also protest against such advancement by evil minded people, business minded people. So that's the idea of the play. I think it's clear. If you have any doubts, you can ask. ഏതെങ്കിലും സംശയങ്ങൾ ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ടൈപ്പ് ചെയ്ത് എന്നോടിപ്പോൾ ചോദിക്കാവുന്നതാണ്. ഏതെങ്കിലും വാക്കുകളുടെ അർത്ഥമോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഏതെങ്കിലും ഭാഗമോ മനസ്സിലായില്ലെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ധൈര്യമായി ടൈപ്പ് ചെയ്ത് ചോദിക്കാം. ഞാൻ അതിനുള്ള മറുപടി എനിക്ക് അറിയുന്നതാണെങ്കിൽ പറഞ്ഞു തരുന്നതാണ്. ഓക്കെ, ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ആൻസർ ടൈം, ആൻഡ് ഇഫ് യു ഹാവ് എനി ഡൗട്ട്സ് യു ക്യാൻ ആസ്ക്. Okay, you can ask me if you have any doubts. എന്തെങ്കിലും സംശയമുള്ള ആരെങ്കിലും ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് സംശയങ്ങൾ ചോദിക്കാം. ചാർജ് ഇല്ലാത്ത ആളുകൾ ഫോൺ ഓഫാക്കുക. എന്തെങ്കിലും ഈ പാഠഭാഗവുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് സംശയങ്ങൾ ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ചോദിക്കുക. ഈ പാഠത്തിൻ്റെ ഒരു ആശയം എല്ലാവർക്കും മനസ്സിലായി എന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. അതായത് ഒരു ബിസിനസ് മൈൻഡഡ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള, ബിസിനസ്സിനെ കുറിച്ച് മാത്രം ചിന്തിക്കുന്ന കുറച്ച് ആളുകൾ മനോഹരമായ ഈ ധർമ്മഗിരി എന്ന് പറയുന്ന പ്രകൃതി രമണീയമായ ഈ സ്ഥലം അവർ വേറൊരു ബിസിനസ് മൈൻഡിൽ അതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് ആലോചിച്ചിട്ട് അവിടെ യഥാർത്ഥത്തിൽ ആവശ്യമില്ലാത്ത ഒരു 5 സ്റ്റാർ ഹോട്ടൽ ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്നതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് ചിന്തിക്കുകയാണ്. അപ്പോൾ അതിനെതിരെ ശക്തമായി പ്രതിഷേധിക്കുന്ന ഒരു ക്യാരക്ടറാണ് നമ്മുടെ ഗ്രാൻഡ് മദർ. അപ്പോൾ ഗ്രാൻഡ് മദർ പറയുകയാണ്, നമ്മുടെ ഈ മനോഹരമായ ഈ പ്രകൃതി രമണീയമായ ഇത്രയും ശുദ്ധമായ ജലം ഒഴുകുന്ന ഈ ധർമ്മഗിരിയിൽ ഇത്തരം ഒരു 5 സ്റ്റാർ ഹോട്ടലിൻ്റെ ആവശ്യമുണ്ടോ? അത് നമ്മുടെ ഇവിടെയുള്ള ജീവജാലങ്ങളെയും അതുപോലെ നമ്മുടെ ഗ്രാമത്തിൻ്റെ ഭംഗി യഥാർത്ഥത്തിൽ അനുഭവിക്കാൻ പോകുന്നത് വരും തലമുറയാണ്. ഭാവിയിൽ വരാൻ നമ്മുടെ കുട്ടികൾ, അവർക്കും കൂടി വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് നമുക്ക് ഈ പ്രകൃതിയും ഭംഗിയും നിലനിർത്തണം എന്നാണ് ഗ്രാൻഡ് മദർ പറയുന്നത്. ഇതേ അഭിപ്രായം തന്നെ ഷെയർ ചെയ്യുന്ന ആളാണ് അവരുടെ ഗ്രാൻഡ് സണ്ണായിട്ടുള്ള നാരായണ.